ratchet it up in this series, in this game. First 30 seconds, big checks thrown by both teams.
Seneca across the line for Griffin. Griffin, Seneca, and Colby Barlow, the second line for the Gens. At the point, it's D'Amato. Looks across. Sandu shot. Skirts through. It's loose. They score! Colby Barlow opens the scoring for Oshawa just a minute 14 in.
Shot from the point, I think took a deflection, and that's what fooled Ivan Kovic. It squirts through and sits behind him. Not a lot of players on the ice knew that it was free, but Colby Barlow swoops in, puts it to the back of the net, and a minute 14 seconds into the first period of game number one, the Gens are on the board.
It's a simple play. Sandu shot and a scramble in behind Ivan Kovic, who did not know that he didn't have it. And a one-handed sweep for Barlow before any of the Steelheads could get there. Carmiris, best in the face-off dot for the Steelheads this season. Wins the draw at center, sent around by Oster. Kicked into the middle, now a chance for Rakoff. Turns and fires, that deflected wide. Sandu battles against Sherratt. Griffin will send it around the boards. Seneca with a hit on Smith, who pinches in. Losing his stick was Griffin. He reaches for it. That leaves some empty space for Rakoff. Walking in. Big save by Oster. Another chance at the short side. They tap away. The puck was loose, and the Gens get it to the boards. The goal going to the Steelheads' legs now as they put the pressure on. Sandu had to deal with the referee's skate, but does get it ahead. Now a giveaway. Chance in front. Zidlicki passed it across, and Rakoff goes awkwardly into the end boards. And he'll get right back up.
Giveaway that can't happen from Beckett. Seneca tries to dangle his way to safety in the slot, loses the puck.
Face-off scrambled into the corner, and Harding will come away with it. Finds the captain, Martone. Try to skate it ahead through center. Griffin all over him. Harding on the far side, centered it in front. Here's a chance and a save made. Loose puck still, and a big pad from Oster as Misa jumped out from behind the icing line. Tense moments around the Generals' crease as Martone controls inside his own. For 22 points for Noah Powell after joining the Generals at the trade deadline after leaving Ohio State. Ivan Kovic's lost his stick, but he'll have a chance to scramble and get it. Actually gets an assist from Finn Harding as the Generals move it ahead. Gibson finds Seneca. Harding's got to get back. Seneca's going to try and turn the corner. Good stick, though, by Harding to take it away. Seneca still with it. Controls. At the point, Wang. Made it around the zone. Lescavar looks ahead. Couldn't get it out initially, and the Gens keep it in. Turning with it is Barlow, the goal scorer. He rips it wide. Harding back for it, knocked over. Griffin trying to center it. Simon Wang scores! Tipped in front, Colby Barlow's got two, and the Generals are up again.
Colby Barlow starts the play with the physicality behind the net and finishes it with the deflection in front. It all starts with the aggression on the forecheck, separating the man from the puck. Finds its way back to the point to Simon Wang, whose point shot is tipped in by Colby Barlow. Barlow cruising through the slot, gets a stick on it, and the Gens regain the lead.
Minutes of this first period. This puck tipped by Sherratt. Trying to follow it up, but they were offside, and so Lescavar now will try. Minnesota Wild prospect just signed. As Seneca starts it ahead to Griffin. Send it in and chase after Lescavar. Give him a bump. Rakoff bumped by Gibson along the boards, frees the puck. Griffin back for Andrew Gibson, leaves it for Barlow, and his shot stopped by Ivan Kovic. Lifted high out to center. Griffin has to settle it down, and that bouncing puck was not cooperating. And now Seneca turns away from Carmiris. Runs into a check and runs over a check of Zidlicki. As it's settled down by D'Amato and sent right back in. The Generals are completing a line change. Their goaltender struggling.
Yeah, 12-2-2 were the Steelheads' record in the final 16 games. That's essentially a quarter of the season. The final quarter of the season, 12-2-2, and Ivan Kovic a huge part of that run.
Sent in by Witkowski. Oster bats at it. It's loose, and it'll come free for Owen Griffin, who will play it behind his net to the captain, Danford. He sends it right back to Griffin, who skates through center with it. Ahead looking for Barlow. Danford cuts it off at center and sends it right back in. Just an awful start to the playoffs for Jack Ivankovic and the Brampton Steelheads. This one backhanded in by Sherrod. He'll chase it down himself. Sandu protects the puck. Around the board, Seneca. Rakoff chasing him. Danford trying to buy some time. Seneca now finds Sandu. And the Gens will lift it out to center. Here's Barlow. He'll win a foot race against Leskovar. But the puck taken away. And then a steal from Powell. Looking out front for Barlow. That one cut off. Sinavari reaching for it. Karmiris at center. Will send it into the Oshawa end. Both teams started. And it's Owen Griffin who controls it. Sandu will send it around the boards. Barlow tips it by Harding, and Seneca's onto it quickly. Has Griffin going to the net. Stop made. Ivankovic will go for the lumber as Misa ran into Danford. Here's Martone off a Generals giveaway. Martone trying to play it off the back of the net to himself. Danford's loose, couldn't get his stick loose though, and Barlow will send this out to center and down the ice. Seneca in a race for it with big Connor Smith. Smith uses the net as a screen and then banks it ahead at center ice. Morelli chops at it. Seneca's got a man alone with Barlow too. Seneca from his knees against the shot away. And a good shot too. Blocker save made by Ivankovic. Morelli at the line. Backhands it high into the corner. Seneca gets there first. Sends it to the near side. McDonnell back for Smith. And now turning with it Von Richter. Against Van Volsen, who is out there now. Here's Barlow across for Seneca, trying to take it skate to stick. Short-handed opportunity maybe. Van Volsen will send it in. Morelli knocked down from his belly, gets control of it, takes a look up. Just 2 seconds left in the period though, and so he'll wait it out there. Connor Smith and Parker Von Richter, and it's a face-off win for Van Volsen, which will buy the Steelheads a couple 100 feet of ice.
I'm not saying that was close to going over the glass, but within 4 feet, the launch from their own blue line. Flirting a bit there with danger.
Barlow will skate it ahead. Weaves through center and gains the zone across for Seneca. Back for Barlow, and the Gens get set up. Colby Barlow gives to Morelli, who'll quarterback the power play. Ritchie for Morelli. Morelli back for Ritchie. Ritchie will take this shot, just missed short side. Morelli will keep it in at the point, swings it across the blue line for Ritchie. Walking in at a man in front in Seneca. Pass never made it to him. Seneca trying to backhand it away. It'll be kept into the point by Morelli. He overskated it, but got a stick back on it, or it was a breakaway for Zidlicki. Here's Ritchie. Barlow wants the one-timer, scores! It's a playoff hat trick for Colby Barlow, and it's 5-1 Oshawa.
Colby Barlow hat trick 52 seconds into the second period of game number 1. What a shot, and this is his patented spot. We talked about it ad nauseum throughout the season. The one-timer on his strong side, top of the circle type area. Teams know it's coming, goaltenders know it's coming, but it's still incredibly difficult to stop. 14 power play goals over the course of the regular season, good for top 10 in the Ontario Hockey League in that category, and he strikes again. Hat trick, Colby Barlow, early in period number 2.
The sombrero is out very quickly in
Oshawa. And kind of left his stick out to stop the puck. Drew a gasp from this Tribute Community Center sold-out crowd.
After it in the corner is Misa. McDonnell couldn't handle it. Barlow will get a break short-handed. O'Toole steps out of the box. And the Generals kill off the Steelhead power play. Harding ahead. He'll dump it in wide of the Oshawa goal. Martone steers that one wide. Seneca trying to get to it. Harding behind the icing line, now behind the net. McDonnell centers. Misa couldn't get a stick on it. Seneca skates back the other way. 2-on-1 with Barlow. Barlow has Seneca ready. Rebound, scores!
Into the net. Picks up the puck and deposits it behind Ivankovic. Little dish and drive here. Colby Barlow already with a hat trick on the night. Sends it towards the net off of the shin pads of Beckett Seneca, who's able to flag it down in stride, get around Ivan Kovic, and put it to the back of the net. That spells the end of the night for Jack Ivankovic. Beckett Seneca finds the back of the net. The Generals is certainly opening up some opportunities now as Brampton needs to take chances, and rightly so. Oshawa not taking their foot off of the gas pedal against a high-octane Steelheads offense.
Danford ahead for Griffin, has to take it off his skate. It comes to Barlow. He speeds it ahead for Seneca. He's taken down. Power play coming again for the Gens. Oster creeps towards the bench. Extra attacker will come on now as D'Amato controls for Danford. He slides it for Seneca. Seneca trying to dance his way into the... Welcome back to Oshawa. Power play for the Gens. They're up 6-1. Braden Gillespie from the comfy confines of the end of the Steelheads bench right into the fire now. Having to kill off a penalty.
Welcome to the game. The Gens 1 for 1 on the man advantage tonight. One of Colby Barlow's 3 goals so far on the evening.
Puck comes loose for Ritchie. Back to the point, Morelli. Seneca, one-timer.
And goes over to attack the Generals player. Sebeski drops his own stick, which removes the ability for him to clear a puck. Luckily for him, Brampton gets the clear not much later.
Barlow's pass for Seneca was behind him. And the Generals not relenting with the top power play unit out, up by 5. Picked off, though, at center. Sent back in by Witkowski. And Gibson will corral it with 20 seconds left in the man advantage.
Yeah, nor should the Generals take their foot off the gas. This Brampton Steelheads team, you think they can't score 5 goals in half a hockey game? Of course they can.
Picked off by Misa across the Steelheads for the Gens, and the end of it. 1
second away from the halfway mark of this game, at least the 60-minute regulation time.
And the Gens sending out a top unit. Ritchie not available. Buckley takes his spot. Griffin behind the net. Plays to Barlow. Barlow with a hat trick already on the game. It comes to Seneca. Looking for Barlow, and he couldn't fire. He wasn't expecting that pass. Nets is off to the net. And the Generals will get control of the puck in the offensive zone. Griffin. Morelli gives to Seneca. Looks back towards Morelli. Seneca has Griffin taken down by Leskovar in front. An extra shove down as well. And Leskovar, as Buckley continues on the play, Leskovar was taking his liberties with Owen Griffin.
Yeah, a little bit of a spillover from the last whistle.
Oster will play it ahead for Seneca. The Boo Birds out in Oshawa for Stevie Leskovar, the former Peterborough Pete, who heard a lot when he was with that club. Powell around the boards, gives to Barlow. Back at the point is Seneca. Walking in, slings a shot. Missed on the short side. Morelli will get to it on the far corner. Griffin banks it back to the point to Morelli. His long shot. Body in front is Powell. Gillespie makes the save, and it'll be cleared by the Steelheads. Around Harding and skate into the corner against Connor Smith. Two players who see eye to eye on the ice. As Martone weaves his way to center, gets it to Harding. He has to get out of the way of a hit from Sandu, and only partially did. As Seneca skates away with it. The Anaheim first-rounder, Beckett Seneca, takes a look around his shoulder. Thought about dropping it back, now does to Sandu. He hooks it into the corner for Barlow. McDonnell lost his stick, gets it back. Here's a chance in front! And Seneca hit the goalpost. Barlow for Sandu. One-timer tipped on the way in. It smashed the stick of Seneca, took the blade right off, and it sent down the ice. Carmira's chasing after it. Trying to protect it away from Danford. Around the boards. Sebeski takes a bump. Carmiras in the corner. Seneca was knocked down. Penalty coming. Gillespie. Ritchie out with Griffin, Seneca, Barlow, and Morelli. So the top. Here's Morelli. Barlow back for Morelli. He'll find Seneca. Down low, Ritchie. Looking back for Seneca. It was on his skate, however. And Misa will clear it out to center. Following up is Smith. Ritchie knocks him over. Here's a chance for Misa. That one blocked. Witkowski in, digging away, and he'll rip the helmet off the head of Griffin, and now they're going to get into a fight. Griffin, Owen Griffin, and Witkowski, and a couple of big rights. Griffin goes and ricochet into the net. So the night is by no means over.
Welcome to junior hockey, where no lead is safe.
Well, just look what happened in game 1 with Erie and Saginaw.
0-0 after 1, and it was 8-2 after 2. Ridiculous last night.
Zidlicki in after it, will center it. Here's a chance, Sherratt spins and fire. That one blocked in front by Ritchie. Sova onto it. Connor Smith down low, looking for Zidlicki. Trying to tie up the stick of Barlow, he does. Gens can't get it out, now they do, and it's Seneca. Working on Sova, Seneca trying to drag it across. Barlow follows up and just shot it high. Seneca will keep it in on the far side. His long shot deflected off of Connor Smith. Ritchie in on the forecheck gives Smith a bump. As those two gets it in, not necessarily deep, but forces Finn Harding to take it behind his net. Here's Luke Misa streaking through the neutral zone. Chips it by D'Amato. He'll chase after it, trying to center it. Blocked by Sandu. Sherratt onto it. His centering pass went off of a skate, comes to Misa. He finds Sherratt, tries to drag down low. Chance for Zabeski, stopped by Oster. Misa onto it quickly though. Good forecheck by the Steelheads.
In the back of the head.
Griffin back on. Puck set down the ice. Carmiris onto it. It's in a no touch, and so Oster can't come out. Carmiris trying to center it. Van Bolsen was there, but Morelli will come up with it for Oshawa.
4 forwards for the Gens on this power play unit. They went with 2D a couple times in the second period trying to protect the lead.
Here's Ritchie for Griffin. Settles it down for Barlow. Back for Griffin. Sweeps at it down low. Finds Ritchie. Ritchie waits. Griffin shoots. Scores! And we might get a better look here as we slow this down. And that puck was rising. But right away, Gillespie's it down. Brampton completing a line change as Barlow will send this in. Bit of a Bronx cheer for Gillespie. He's only allowed 1 in the Steelheads net. Jakob Fibiger, look out. Stood up by Beckett Seneca as he let that pass go. Martone spins. He'll take a hit from Barlow, centered out front. Griffin will find it. And he looks ahead off the stick of Barlow. He's on his own side of center, though. This will be an icing call.
And shutting down the top offensive weapon of the Steelheads.
This puck gonna roll right in on goal. And they've had some high shot affairs late in the regular season. Seneca throwing the body of the bump on Van Bolsen. Tied up with Fibiger. Seneca comes away with the puck. Sweep it down behind the net. Griffin waits for it. Leaves it for Barlow. Comes to Gibson. He'll throw it on goal. It's headed wide off the pad of Gillespie. Van Bolsen will play it back. Connor Smith will tie up Owen Griffin. Barlow sweeps in, finds the puck in front. Seneca, and he just fired it wide off a stick. Good work by this Seneca, Barlow, and Griffin line. Seneca down to a knee, back at the point. Gibson across for Simon Wang. Wang controls, then threw it wide of the goal, smartly keeping the puck in. Barlow with a bump, got it from behind on Connor Smith. A penalty coming.
Well, 84 is coming to have a word.
Send this puck around, gets by Von Richter, went up. Here's a chance, walking in. Torrance shot up high, and Gillespie makes the save. Torrance right back onto it, gives to Barlow, couldn't handle between his legs, and right back comes Carmiris with Van Bolsen. Carmiris, though, trying to bank it by Morelli, and Morelli recovers. Puck's in his feet. Carmiris trying to dig it out. Morelli will find it. And the Gens get it across their blue line. Shot back in by the Steelheads, but they're offside, so they got him to beat him, thinking it was a high stick. But the Generals put their #1 power play unit right back on. Morelli jumps up and controls. Looks down low. Barlow trying to sweep it to Griffin. Comes to the point to Ritchie. He gives to Morelli. Cross for Seneca. Ritchie calling for it. Barlow, one-timer, and he hit the side of the goal. Ritchie onto it. Back at the point for Morelli. Down for Barlow. Finds Ritchie. Seneca wants it, gets it. Beckett Seneca to the net. Griffin a tip. Stopped by Gillespie. Seneca in the corner. Sweeps it back to the point. Ritchie has it there. Smith had his stick knocked out of his hands. And he appeals to the referee. Knocked out of the air by Ritchie momentarily and then sent down for Morelli. Ritchie at center. Seneca They get around Connor Smith, not easy to do. Griffin in the corner. Leave Leskovar a bump. And then the puck sent down.